Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is news time again from this very good channel. Welcome back. How are you all doing? Hope you're good. I pray that God will be with you in your endeavors. Today we have another update for you, and I want you to, after listening to it, you drop your opinion and suggestions you have so that Biafra will be free. And that's just it. Okay, let's go there. The likes of Bianca Ojuku and Ojukwu are the women that Igbo will not want to marry as wives again. How dare you, these women? You don't respect the status of your husband. You don't value what you have. People from outside will be admiring your husband, their virtue and every other thing. But you that married that man will never value what he is. Bianca Ojukwu has rubbished everything that late Ikemba Odumegwu Ojukwu did. Likewise, Ojukwu did the same thing exactly. Nowhere to be found. Her husband languishing, nowhere to be found. She couldn't lend her voice. She couldn't allow her children to talk. Yes, that's what she did. Align with the enemies and abandoning the husband. Shame.
She should have respected that. And now she's busy fronting herself with the Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Sidious Musa and the rest of you. That was one gave Ribadu, Ribadu match to say that Tinubu have done so much well in the southeast that the BLA or whatever they say the ESL or the sit at home is no longer effective. I don't blame them. It was Bianca that gave them the impetus.
But Biancas, when she came into office as a foreign affairs minister, she vowed to, bring about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. She said she would do all it takes in her power to bring out Nnamdi Kanu. Do you think that she
vowed to bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out of Nigerian dungeon, Abi? But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still there. What is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu still doing? If she vow, if she know what she's doing. Let me tell you, there is something you don't understand. This woman, Bianca Ojuku, was not there during the Civil War. She was not yet born. Are you hearing me? She was a baby. She was the mate of Ojuku's third daughter or last child. Are you getting? She was a daughter to former governor. Oh no. Do you understand? Yes, I know what I'm saying. So, as I have said, I'm talking about Bianca Ojukwu. It's just that I could remember at the initial stage when they were, Ono was like, you will not marry my daughter. Bianca came up and said that she have already vowed in her life that she would like to marry a hero. So that was why in the club, you understand? It was in the club which her father, attended. That was where he saw Ojukwu. He was just hearing Ojukwu, not that she knew Ojukwu. She was just hearing about Ojukwu. It was in the party, in the club of, Nigeria of the rich, where Ojukwu attended. It was there that she now saw Ojukwu for her very first time. And on that, her father now introduced Ojukwu to her, introduced everybody, introduced each other. From there, she started falling in love. This man that I've been hearing, this hero, when Ojukwu now later, after some time, approached her, that was how they exchanged this thing. Then when Ojukwu approached her, it's like, my dream come true. She did not hesitate in saying yes to the old man. You understand? He's saying yes because her dream has come true. But it's quite unfortunate that that dream that makes that she believed that has come true, she did not have respect to that dream. Because had it been that she stood her ground, she would have been that at the end of the day that Biafra stand, she would have been the model of Biafra. But today she have lost it. She and her partner in crime, Ojukwu, they have lost it. Yes, they have lost it. And as you can see now in Finland, what is playing out now, because I'm on Ekpan with the lawyer. There is one lawyer now. If you watch that Levy, I could remember Levy. That man have cross-examine Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and cross-examine the case and the matter from the onset, and say that there is no way in the world that Mazen Nnamdi Simon Ekpa will not stand victoriously. That was what gave him the impetus. It was, oh yeah, let's go. Anytime, any day, the Finnish government is ready. He is ready to do what? To answer them. Anytime, any day, Nigeria is ready. He is ready to answer them. Let them come. See, look at the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu here in Nigeria. Don't you see how Nigeria is being messed up to the point James Omotosho said that Nigeria is lacking a concrete evidence, and he gave them a date that they should choose one inside 2 weeks, inside the 6 days, that they should choose what 1 day to present their concrete evidence, and whereby they refuse to do that, that he's going to do what? Strike the case and call it and make it as a weaker one. And you know, when that happens, you know what it means. So Nigeria, and moreover, the evidence that the legal team of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tendered in the court was administered and was admitted to by the Federal High Court under James Omotosho. You can see it now. Currently now, Biafra is standing on a high edge over Nigeria. Likewise, Simon Ekpa, because you will use with what has happened with the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as well as an attribute to what will finally happen, in Finland in the case of Simon Ekpa. Because in Nigeria, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu could defeat like this, how much more in a country that is under transparency?
Okay, but we had the AGF 2 weeks ago come out say that if that they are not filing for extradition of Simon Ekpa, that why is the media propagating lies as against his office, and at the same time you also said that what they are waiting on the outcome of the court proceeding between Simon Ekpa and the Finnish government. But do you think that if the judgment don't favor Nigeria government or Nigeria as a country, do you think that Nigeria and the AGF will now be filing for or starting the extradition of Simon Ekpa?
If the final judgment after the matter, it's filed to the favor of Nigeria, you understand, they still will not have what it takes to bring Simon Ekpa. But if it now goes other ways, that the thing goes against Nigeria, and that is where Nigeria will lose woefully, and they will pay compensation. Yes, because Simon Ekpa is a citizen of Finland, and Finland will charge them for compensation for what? An assault. Do you understand me? Yeah. But if he works in the favor of Nigeria, one thing is this: he will not be extradited to Nigeria. Reason is this: under the law of the Finnish government, they don't have such extradition treaty with Nigeria. They don't have such relationship with Nigeria. They don't have such intimacy with Nigeria. And secondly, Simon Ekpa, as a citizen of the Finnish government, still have rights to decide where he will be, tried or jailed, where he will serve his jail time. You get it? And thirdly again, another point is this: that Nigeria doesn't respect. It's not a country that respects human rights. And on this, you will see that Nigeria is standing on the one leg up and one leg down. So their 2 legs are not standing very firm. But Simon Ekpa stand very firm more than Nigeria.
Simon, okay. But we also heard, we also heard that from a US activist that said Ekpa can never be extradited. Why? He said why? He said because Finland because Finland as a country they oppose their constitution, of freedom, that is freedom of speech. He also said that what that Biafra issue is not political, and at the same time so he said Biafra issue is political. That's why Nigeria are treating the way they are treating. And at the same time he said self-determination is not a crime. And at the same time he said Ekpa has a clean record in Finland, that with this point doesn't see how the Finnish government will send Ekpa to jail. Do you agree with what he said?
Of course I agreed with him, because he has served Finland for many years before now. You understand? He did not just go to Finland today. He has been there for, if I'm not mistaken, for almost 20 or more than that years. So many years he has spent, and he has a clean. See, let me tell you, before you become a battalion commander in any country, Yeah, you might have one way or the other been satisfied by the constitution and the government of the land. Do you understand? So, of which he himself, in person of Simon Ekpan, have served in the Finnish government military. He served well as one of the commander. And even as we speak now, he served as one of the political leader in his own laity. You understand? So, in all aspects, they hold a good record about him. And as he speaks now, he's no longer Nigeria citizen, because he have denied and he returned Nigerian passport and he returned every medal which he won with Nigeria. He returned it back to Nigeria to let them know that everything he has with Nigeria is what completely over. And let me tell you, Biafra is Nigeria is taking it politically, but it is not a political country. It is a country well known all over the world for many years before now. But Nigeria are trying to be political about this. Do you understand me? Yeah. So, and on this note, that was what the lawyer from America was trying to explain. To put everybody, put everybody enlightened, so that nobody will be, in novice of the truth of what is on the ground.
Okay, but you also said, Finland also fought for their freedom. That doesn't see why Finland cannot also, look at the direction of what Samuel Ekpa is trying to, project.
Alexandra Stubb, the current prime minister, the president of Finnish land today, understood very, very well that Finnish government got their independence from where? From Russia. Not even in Russia land, nor in their own land, but in exile. Are you hearing me? It was in exile that they got their independence. So anything about Biafra is something that they themselves understand very, very well. So it's not a news. Neither is it strange to them. So we are not the first people or first set to, if we get our independence from the exile, we are not the first. Biafra is not the first country to get independent from exile if there is need for that. Yes, Finnish government did got their own under Russia. And that's why we took the case. I believe that was what gave Simon Ekpan the impetus to do what he has done or what he did in Finnish government, in Finnish land, which you can see last year, May 2nd, was the official fixed date. You understand? For the convention. Are you trying to tell me that Alexander Storm was not aware? He was fully aware of what was going on or what went on last year. So, let me tell you, they are just trying. I understand one thing about the Finnish government. They don't want this matter to appear as if they are the one, pushing Simon Ekpan or sponsoring Simon Ekpan based on the first allegation Nigeria leveled against him. But they are just trying to be transparency so that when the judge or the case is being finally settled, they will see that it is not Finland. No country will hold them because they are under EU. And they are two. At the same time, they are under what? NATO. So no place. And say British is involved when it comes to Nigeria. So they want to play a very clean job. Not like Nigeria that always want to pass a backyard. They want to follow the normal procedure in order to settle and to let Nigeria and the world that Simon Ekpan have right to do what he has done. Because self-determination is not a crime and it can never be a crime. It was part of the EU, UN, and the Finnish government. Even in Nigerian constitution, it is there. If it's not there, Shetima wouldn't have made the statement which he made under the UN leadership summit, which he said that the people of the land have the right to do what? To protect their land. He wouldn't have made that if such a thing was not in Nigerian constitution. So it's part of it. So, but they just want to play it as a game and let the world see that their hands are clean and they themselves they are pure. And Simon Ekpan will come out victoriously once again.
Will come out
victoriously. And finally, when it shall come out this time around, and that will be the next thing will be Biafra automatically.
But do you think that him coming out will make the Southeast governors or politicians unsettled?
Of course, they are unsettled even with Mazen Namdekan. Don't you see how they were fighting so seriously, so immensely, so imminently, to make sure that they did not release Mazen Namdekan? Because they were scared and they were afraid. One, their business will be shut down. How do I mean by their business? Kidnapping business. Their kidnapping business will be shut down. And the two, because of the way they do their things, the respect, the value, we reduce the more, because you can see it now, despite the fact that they were governors. You understand? They were governors, but they don't have say over everybody in the whole Southeast. But Mazen Namdekan, even right there in the court, whenever if you just speak like this, you see everybody bowing. You see everybody following them. But them, they are just trying to force people, to follow them. You can see what is happening in Nigerian politics. APC and co. Tinubu is frustrating governors, making sure that they, support him and they back him. You can see Eno from Akwa Ibom, the governor of Akwa Ibom, bluntly saying openly, publicly like this, with every boldness that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful edition of Politics on the Street today. Today, it's no news that Dr. Ngozi Ojuku is set to commission the first Biafra Washington Embassy. Some persons are of the view that what has Dr. Ngozi Ojuku done to the history and to the struggle. Now she's bringing what she has done, that Donald Trump is set to commission this embassy. And then we've seen some persons come out to say that that embassy is just a jamboree. Such thing will never come into reality. Such thing will never come into existence. But the truth of the matter is that these people, are they not tired of the Fulani killings in Nigeria? Are they not tired? Just of recent, some days ago, the Fulani invaded Plateau State and killed over 16 people. Plateau State is now a mine zone whereby the Fulani can easily perpetrate their acts. And now nobody, even the government, is not coming out to condemn this killing. We don't know if the government, indirectly or directly, they are the ones sponsoring this killing. And now we've seen someone who has taken over this freedom, this agitator, all to ourselves to make it a reality. And yet, some persons are still coming out to condemn this woman, saying that this woman cannot lead the Biafra struggle. Then tell me, who is then fit to lead the struggle? Now that Mazi Samonepa has been given some restrictions of social media, and now we've seen someone who has come out of our own free will to lead this struggle, and some Igbo leaders are saying that will not become a reality. What does the Ohaneze Indigo really want? What does the Igbo's elders who have been bribed by this government, what do they really want? They want everybody in the entire race to be wiped out, so that nobody can come out and speak about the illegal mines in the southeast, where we've seen some identified persons being killed on a daily basis. And now nobody is coming out to condemn the killing. And yet Dr. Ngozi Ojuku is making moves. And yet we've seen leaders, the Igbo leaders, coming out to condemn that move. The truth of the matter is, the enemy of a man is within his household. And we've seen that those who are against the Biafra struggles are not even outsiders. They are the they are mostly people, even from the Igbo race. When Dr. Ngozi Obezi announced that they are set to commission the Washington DC Biafran embassy, and that it will be done by the US President Donald J. Trump. We've seen Bianca and Ojuku tweets saying it is a lie from the pit of hell. Why don't you wait until that becomes a reality? Why can't you wait until it becomes a reality? The same people that was being used to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi all the way from Kenya, the same people that was being used to orchestrate the illegal arrest of Mazi Samunemba. And now we've seen a woman championing this case, this cause for referendum. And those who were supposed to champion this cause for referendum have even sold out in the freedom. They've sold out. One is the Indigo have sold out. Southeastern governors have sold out, despite the killings in their domain, despite what is happening in their domain. Nobody is coming out to confront the government and tell them enough is enough. What we have today is people who are only after their own tummy, their own stomach. Is this how Mazi Nnamdi stood for the Biafra cause? Mazi stood for it with his life, despite the pains that man is going through today. The man has not renounced the struggle for Biafra. The man has not renounced the struggle for the agitation. But yet, we have some elders who claim they are Igbo elders. They are neither there or there. All what they do is today, Biafra in the morning, and then they would agitate for Biafra in the morning, and at night they are having meetings with those in the presidency just to scuttle the struggle. I am saying it here that nobody born of human